Good morning, everybody. Till yesterday, we have discussed about the flat plate collectors and the concentric plate collectors. The videos also we have shared with you. So today, now we are going to the topic of forced convection as well as the natural convection. So before knowing that one, first of all, we must know what is meant by the convection process. The process of heat transfer between solid surface and the fluid in a motion. So here you can check it out. What is meant by convection is like one hot surface is there, and also above that surface we are having the fluid is flowing on that. So immediately we can observe that one, while the initial temperature of the fluid might be 25 and also the solid surface is at 100, and also the outlet temperature of the fluid might be 70, because the heat is going to transfer and the convection takes place above the surface, not inside the surface. Convection is going to take place above the surface. So don't worry much about this, you will be watching the video, but completely don't relax yourself, try to understand the concept. This is completely mechanical related because you guys are the first time like to face this one. So that's the reason I'm telling. Simple way we will go. Simple way you can write what is meant by convection means process of heat transfer. Heat transfer means suppose a hot body is placed and a cold body is placed. The temperature is going to transfer from hot body to cold body, not from cold body to hot body, right? Suppose the temperature of the hot body is like 50 and temperature of the cold body is 20. The heat transfer is going to take place from 50 to 20, not from 20 to 50. That point is that one. So here what is meant by natural convection? Fluid moves due to density difference caused by heat transfer between solid and liquid. So due to the density difference, we are having the natural convection. And next one is the forced convection. The fluid motion is imparted by external means, that is by pump, fan, slope, etc. So these two words or these two terms, it will be easy for the mechanical to understand, or for the mechanical students or aero students, they will easily understand what is this thing if they are completed the heat transfer. But here for EC and triple students, it will be very difficult. So instead of this, I will tell you very simple example. Suppose you are taking a hot cup of coffee, keeping that coffee in the room and also leaving it to cool. It will take some amount of time, and also it will cool. And also it will cool like naturally cooling of that particular hot coffee is going to take place. That is nothing but the natural convection. Suppose we put on the fan and also under the fan we are keeping some coffee to cool it down. So that is nothing but the forced convection. Forced means what? Something external force we are applying on the body to get it cooled quickly. So that is the reason we call it as forced. Natural itself is indicating it is cooled naturally, and naturally it will be cooling like density layer differences. So this is the basic points you can write, and you can write the example of the coffee also. It will be easy for you to understand. Next slide. In the next slide, you can see what is meant by what is the mechanism of it, and also what is the law governing. So here, if the EC and triple guys are requested to do by heart, or at least we will go through the video once, and also while writing the notes, or at least all the things you can write all these points, you'll get the marks. The law governing the convection will be Newton's law of cooling. Here Q equal to, so these are the formulas where Q itself is indicating the capital Q we are talking about. Capital Q is heat transfer due to convection. H is the heat transfer coefficient. A is the area of the surface. Ts is the temperature of the surface. T infinity is the ambient temperature. Ambient temperature is nothing but 25 or 30, whatever we are having. That is the ambient temperature. And the unit here we are mentioning is watt. So above equation is small q is nothing but the A, capital A is taken as the bottom one, so it is defined as watt per meter square. So it is capital Q by capital A, we call it as small q. That is nothing but the heat flux. Heat flux is measured in watt per meter square, and the heat transfer is going to measure in watts. So this is the thing you have to observe here. In the next slide. So in the next slide, we can check it out. What is the major factor which the H value is going to change? H is nothing but a constant value. It has no units. It is a heat transfer coefficient, convective heat transfer coefficient. That constant value we call it as convective heat transfer coefficient. Strongly depends on the fluid properties and roughness of the solid surface and the type of the fluid flow So these are the things which you are writing here. So these all things are not required for you. You can by heart the formula for H, or you can write the previous one, H equal to Q by A. By this thing also you can write. This is the bigger one. It's not at all required, and you can write H is equal to small q by Ts minus T infinity also we can write. So that is what is writing here. H is equal to, so instead of Q he has taken some equation, Q equal to minus K dt by dx. Again it is a bigger one. It's not required. There you can write it as Q itself is enough. So then you will get this equation. Okay, next. The units of H is watt per meter square Kelvin. Here you can check it out. So here, as I mentioned you, next slide, in the next slide, hot surface is there. Hot surface is indicating. So in the picture we can see solid is hot surface we are having. So above that we are passing some fluid, cold fluid or some other thing. Initially it is of V infinity means like initial velocity what you are passing, and T infinity is nothing but ambient velocity or ambient temperature. So here while this thing, while passing this cold fluid over the hot surface, at the end we are getting like higher temperature, like we call it as T surface temperature is this, and also we are getting the higher temperature at the end. So here what is trying to tell is how the layers are going to affect. So here one thing you have to remember, it is assumed that the velocity of the fluid is 0 at the wall. This assumption is called no slip condition. So here we are assuming the velocity of the fluid is 0 at the wall. So here at this particular point, 0 velocity at the surface. So means the fluid, when the fluid is in contact with the solid surface at that particular point, only the tip of that one we call it as 0. That is nothing but no slip motion. So above that the layers of the fluid will be keep on moving. So the bottom layer will be sticking to the hot surface, or it will or we are assuming the velocity to be 0. Not sticking, we can tell it will be constant. It will be constant, and the velocity is 0 means it is constant. So we are assuming that one. So the remaining layers of the fluid will be keep on changing like this. You can see it in that one. And at the point at the touching the wall, the liquid we call it as no slip condition. So in the next slide we can check it out. So in the next slide we are going to see as a result, the heat transfer from the solid surface to the fluid layer adjacent to the surface is a pure conduction, since the fluid is motionless. So this is again a concept of the conduction. So once don't go into that one, at the particular 0 thing, assume it is a pure conduction, because in the class we can't, this is an online class, so we can't keep on telling what is conduction, what is convection, what is radiation, and here you must know the basic principle of heat transfer. All these things are not possible here. We'll watch a video, and if any doubts, we'll conduct one separate session for this only for heat transfer, and then we can proceed further. So here H is nothing but, thus H in general varies along the flow direction. So H value will be keep on varying in that one. So this is a mean or average convective heat transfer coefficient per surface is determined by averaging the local heat transfer coefficient over the entire surface. So we are taking average convection heat transfer means complete surface from the beginning to the end. We are taking average of it, and we call it as local heat transfer coefficient for the entire surface. So in the next slide, we are writing the definition of the natural conduction.